Part-time healers and mystics like you and me, we just can't get away with living life like normies do. And so in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about what exactly a professional part-time healer or mystic is, so you can figure out if you are one. And I'm going to talk about why it is that we just can't get away with, sort of looking at life through the same lens that the average person does. And now I've written a book called If It Didn't Hurt, How to Resolve Your Pain and Discover Your Life Purpose, which is kind of the ultimate guide for healers and mystics like you and me to embody your soul's gifts and live your soul's purpose on the planet. And if you raise your hand in the comments, I'd be happy to pass along the first chapter of that book to you for free. Just let me know in the comments. You don't even have to give me your email address or anything. And, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Jay Eaker from the BioSoul Integration Center in Louisville, Colorado, and I help people here from my office do hands-on work with people, but also work online with folks. And I've been here for 20 years or so, seen a few thousand people during the course of that time. I'm an author, so been around the block a little bit. And again, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about what exactly a professional part-time healer or mystic is and why it is that we can't just get away with living life like normies do. So let's get into the meat of it here. So life is kind of constantly adding more complexity, more new things, but also harmonizing all of those new things at the same time. And since we are embedded in the fabric of life as humans, we are being asked to constantly add more complexity to our lives. You might be feeling that. Life just kind of keeps getting more and more stressful. It doesn't really get easier, right? It keeps getting more complex. You get into relationships, you have kids, life gets more complex, right? But it's also asking us to sort of harmonize that complexity. And that is our spiritual growth and evolution. And if we are sort of tapped into that, that draw, there's a way, again, which life is sort of nudging us in that direction. It's nudging us towards creating more complexity and harmonizing it. If we're aware of that, that kind of registers as a calling. And so people, there are people who aren't aware of that and they get to sort of ignore that. But as professional and part-time healers and mystics, we don't get to ignore that calling, right? And so professional and part-time healers and mystics, you might be a chiropractor, you might be an acupuncturist, you might be a therapist, things that people are in a helping, healing profession as their livelihood. Those are professional healers and mystics. But then part-time healers and mystics, you might be someone who's got just a regular job, but maybe you're into yoga, or you're into astrology, or you're into flower essences, or just different things or maybe you've gotten attuned in Reiki or something like that. So you sort of feel a call towards your own spiritual growth and evolution, and maybe you help people, maybe your neighbors or your friends. Sometimes you do Reiki on them on the side or things like that, but not necessarily a professional in a professional sense. Those I would call part-time healers or mystics. And so again, there's a way in which life, especially if you are one of these people who feel that call to your spiritual evolution, to your spiritual growth and evolution, there's a way in which life is kind of drawing us in that direction, a pressure, a stream, a pressure to move in that direction. And if there's some distance that grows between where life wants us to evolve to and where we are, we start to feel that as tension or pressure or pain of some sort, whether that's physical pain, mental, emotional pain, spiritual pain. And so again, that's kind of the relationship that we have with our growth and evolution that regular people don't, they can kind of ignore that to some degree. But for professional and part-time healers and mystics like us, we start to feel that pressure, and we have to get back in alignment with our, where we're being called to. And so there is a way in which pain of some sort kind of nudges us in that direction. And so again, I've written a book called If It Didn't Hurt, How to Resolve Your Pain and Discover Your Life Purpose. And that book is kind of the ultimate guide for professional and part-time healers and mystics to sort of help you sort of bridge that gap between where life is calling you to and where you might be now, and the pain of some sort that might be involved with that. So raise your hand in the comments and I'll pass the first chapter of that book along to you for free. Okay? You don't even have to give me your email address. All right, so there'll be more videos, and I look forward to helping you express more life, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.